Hey guys, it's Shayna. First off, I want to thank everyone for yesterday. I was freaking out, so thank you for the words of encouragement and the help because that was a big deal to me. Everything is settled with the insurance company. Um, what I got out of the situation was the company that called me was not actually my insurance company. They are a company that is subcontracted out from other insurers and it's just this company is just made up of doctors and nurses who deem medical necessity on cases. So they strictly handle the medical necessity aspect of it. The issue came into play because my insurance company did it on their own already and shouldn't have even sent it out because they had already deemed medical necessity and said I was cleared for surgery, sent everything out, so it shouldn't have even gone there. The reason I was really freaking was they wanted 2 years worth of dieting. 2 years ago today, I was hugely pregnant with my twins. So obviously I wasn't dieting. And then immediately after, I had two newborn twins, a 16-month-old and a 3-year-old. And dieting was not even on my radar at that point. Eating myself wasn't even on my radar at that point. It was basically just making sure the children were fed. So since then I have dieted, but I haven't done a structured plan. Like, I've gone back and looked at my Weight Watchers books and followed that, and I've gone through my Atkins book and done that, and over the years I have done every weight loss plan you can think of. But in the last 2 years it has not been anything structured. And I have gone to my physician and talked to her a few times. I'm not sure if any of the times have been in the last 2 years. Just talking to her about what diets I should be doing, exercises I should be doing, explaining that I was having difficulty, whatever. But I don't. One of the times may have been in the last 2 years. I haven't done anything really structured. The only thing I did do was when I went to the weight loss seminar, they said that you needed, that a lot of insurance companies need a structured weight loss program. So I went and did Weight Watchers online just because to go to the meetings is really tough with the kids. I just don't have a lot of time to do that. So I did it online. And when I told her that, when she called yesterday, she said a lot of times that they don't recognize that because they want you to actually go somewhere. They want you to see a dietitian or whatever. I know I didn't think within the 2-week period that I had that they were going to approve me. If it took 7 weeks for them to even call and realize that we were missing something, I didn't think within 2 weeks they were going to get it approved and taken care of and I would have made my surgery date. So I was nervous about that. But then I was also nervous because a lot of times when they don't have the 2 years, she said they'll request like a 6-month doctor supervised diet type of a thing. I am, depending on the day, fluctuating between morbid obese and just below, so I'm right at that line of being morbidly obese or obese. So, some days I'm at like 39.8 for my BMI. So I was afraid if I was on a doctor supervised diet and they wanted me to lose a certain amount of pounds, because I did lose the weight that my doctor had asked originally, if I continued to lose more, that they would say, well, now you don't qualify. So that was making me nervous. I do have 2 comorbidities, one being high cholesterol, and I'll explain that. That was a weird situation. I'll explain that to you at some other time. And the other one being some insulin issues that created fertility issues. Insulin resistance is what it is. But on the last set of labs, cholesterol was perfect, insulin was perfect. So I was worried that they wouldn't acknowledge those as comorbidities. So I was really worried that if I did that, I wouldn't end up getting the surgery. So I was sort of in panic mode yesterday. Plus, I was only 2 weeks away, so I've got everything prepared, and my husband's taken time off and everything else. Basically, it was just an error on their part. They should not have submitted it to this other company. And when I told her that I had already gotten a letter, she said, "Well, no, that's probably just telling you that yes, your insurance company does offer this, but now we have to deem whether or not it's medically necessary for you." And so I read her the letter, and she said, "Okay, can you fax that over to us?" So I had the doctor's office fax it over, and then they said, "Okay, it was clearly an error." They tried to pin it on the doctor's office. They should have sent it over, which the doctor's office really should have sent it over when they called them to say that I didn't qualify. But, she deals with a million files and a million pieces of paper, and she's not going to remember exactly which one's in each file. It was an issue on the part of my insurance company. Um, and it's Group Insurance Services and Service Center Incorporated or something like that. So, um, if anyone ever suggests you get that insurance, don't bother. I said to my husband, there's a million people in his company that just aren't happy with it. So they were going to talk about possibly changing things. So now I'm really in a hurry to make sure that we get this done within the next 2 weeks before I change insurance companies and everything changes. I doubt we'll change insurance companies, but a lot of people aren't happy with it. So hopefully at some point it will change, because we've had other issues in the past with them, and so have several other people. Um, let's see. The only thing I would say to people that are just starting out, if you're even thinking about weight loss surgery, start going to Weight Watchers or one of those types of plans where you can have and actually go to the meetings where you have the little books in your hot little hand so that you can show your insurance company, if you need to, that look, I've been doing this and it hasn't been working. Or and the other thing I would do is keep every single piece of paper. I worked for an insurance company for 5 years, so I know how they can be about stuff, and so I was diligent about keeping track of everything. I have a log on the computer of what day I took what tests and everything else, so that I have everything kept track of. I have all of the papers in one area, so as soon as they said it, I was able to whip the piece of paper out and read it right back to them. So if you're going through the process, definitely do that. Make sure every little detail is documented so that if you have an issue, you can come right back at them and hopefully get it resolved in a day like I did. I mean, I spent most of the day yesterday on the phone, but it was worth it because now it's all fixed. It's taken care of. I do need to document now that I'm saying that about the conversations I had, who I had conversations with yesterday, so that I can make sure that they don't come back and tell me that I wasn't insured again. So that would be my only advice. Just make sure all your ducks are in a row before you have the surgery. And thank you again for everyone who helped me out. I really needed it yesterday. I was walking on eggshells most of the day. I was all stressed out. Thank you. Bye.